Welcome back to Thunder Bay on this Wednesday morning for our Scotties coverage. 18 teams began the journey back on Friday, and it's moving day here. We're starting to see the contenders at the Scotties. What's up, Canada? Good morning and welcome back to Thunder Bay. It is day 6 of the Scotties. One team will represent Team Canada at the Women's Worlds in South Korea beginning in March. And what a feature. Team Canada taking on BC. Rachel Homan has been rolling. Come on inside the building. Glad you're with us on this Wednesday morning. Hi, everybody. Brian Mudrick joined by Kathy Gauthier. It's been a lot of fun this year, Scotties. We've seen a lot. We've seen 7 stolen ends in a game. We've seen a 7 scored. And one thing we've learned, Kathy, no lead is safe at this year's Scotties.
Well, this is my favorite part of the week, Muddy. This is when the ice gets better. The curlers feel more comfortable. We saw some fantastic shots. Carrie Galusha, a spoiler in the morning, and almost upset Black last night. Great
battle last night, a battle of 2 great Manitoba skips. You had Carrie Anderson, the 4-time champ, taking on Kate Cameron, and this was a back-and-forth battle. Momentum early on to Kate Cameron.
No question, this Manitoba team came out ready to play. Kate makes this run double. Count them up, there's 3 for Kate early on.
So she had the early momentum, and at one point led by 5. However, the 4-time champ not going away.
Well, she's a champion for a reason. There is no quitting. Carrie Anderson, and loves the big weight shot, plays the ultra-thin double, and watch this. Sticks around for 3.
Unbelievable, and yeah, that reaction. You haven't seen a lot of yahoos and big smiles out of Carrie Anderson, but you did in this game, and then in 10, needs this little touch, a tap to get the win.
Cameron up 1 in all kinds of trouble, needs to move it a couple of inches for the 2 and the victory.
What a shot, what a comeback, down by 5, and that might have saved her Scotties this year in Thunder Bay. 10-9 your final there. Quebec, what a great story. Laurie St. George, another win, 11-4 over Newfoundland and Labrador. Christina Black squeaking by Galusha, 11-10 there, and Caitlin Law's a win, and that was a big one, 11-4 over Yukon. You talked about it, Kathy. Moving day always at the Scotties here on this Wednesday. Top 3 on either side make the playoffs. There's no tiebreaker game, so what's important? Winning your head-to-head battle, and then the last stone draw to the button. Right now, only one team is still perfect, and that is our feature team. That is Rachel Homan. It's pretty incredible what Rachel Homan has done over the last couple of seasons. She's number 1 in the world, number 1 in Canada. She's on a 16-game winning streak at the Scotties. And what's incredible, Kathy, even when this team doesn't have their fastball or their best stuff, they're still finding ways to win.
Well, it's funny because when you walk around this building, people will be saying, oh, maybe Rachel's not quite as good as she was. Sure she is. They are +5 in 5 games. She is +5 with skips that she goes head-to-head with. Are her numbers exactly where they were? No, she's a couple of percentage points out. This skip, this team can make everything, and they still have room to improve.
Looking for her 5th Scotties title all time. Meantime, British Columbia, Corinne Brown, dynamite start. She's got 4 wins. Back from the Scotties from last year, a 4-4 record, but more experience, and this front end has been dynamite for her.
Wow, what a dynamic duo. Sam Fisher on the right, Sarah Colton. We saw her with Carrie Galusha in the past. They are the top at their positions at lead and second. When you get good setups early, which Corinne Brown has had, Aaron and Corinne have easier shots, and they are capitalizing.
Well, our microphones are working, and she'll get hers going eventually. The game is coming up next. Team Canada, so dominant versus Canadian teams for Rachel Homan over the last couple of years. A 62-2 record. Unbelievable. Can Brown bring her down? Find out next at the Scotties. It is the 65th edition of the Canadian Women's Curling Championship here in Thunder Bay. 44th season with Kruger Products sponsoring the Scotties. And Rachel Homan is the team to beat, perfect and undefeated so far here in Thunder Bay. Incredible run. You talk about her record and her numbers, winning last year, trying to defend the title. It's time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here is how, and some familiar faces here. Rachel Homan, your skip, At third, Tracy Fleury. Second, Emma Miskew. And at lead, Sarah Wilkes. Time to meet Team BC out of the Kamloops Curling Club in British Columbia. Lead is Samantha Fisher. At second, Sarah Colton. Third, Erin Pincott. And your skip is Corinne Brown. The draw to the button, determining the hammer, won by Team Canada. Interesting, before these draw to the buttons, 2 of the 5 wins, Rachel Homan had the hammer, so she does get the hammer here, and it was close, 2 centimeters separating who gets the hammer. Yellow stones to BC, red stones to Team Canada. Team Canada with hammer, and Samantha Fisher will lead us off. And it's one of your storylines, Kathy. Look at those numbers, 92%. The front end has been brilliant for Team BC.
Well, Sam sets the tone for this team by starting and being very precise. 92 overall so far. That's really good numbers.
It is the 7th Scotties appearance for Sarah Wilkes. That big championship last year, won a Scotties title with Chelsea Carey as well back in 2019, where she beat Rachel Homan in that final.
And you saw how tough this field is. 85% sounds like a good number, and it is. But in this field right now, that gets you tied for 8th.
It's probably better to do that. Looks too heavy. 14 and a half.
And I think, Kathy, that's the scary thing about this Team Canada team. They're 5-0. They've been the best team by a mile in the world, and yet I honestly don't think they've got enough credit for what Rachel Homan and this team has pulled off over the last 2 years or so.
No, it's really interesting. Silvana Tiranzoni from Switzerland was considered the GOAT and still internationally is. That team, Alina Pet's last rock thrower, makes everything. But I would say that we always go back to Sandra Schmerler as somebody who changed how women's curling is played. And she absolutely did. Rachel Homan has changed women's curling. This team has amped up what teams must do, has really reinforced that angles, big weight, those are things that women are very capable of doing. And if you are a team that wants to aspire to win in this country, what do you need to do? Well, you need to expand your bag of tricks to be able to do all the things that this team does and then get even better.
Kathy, since the start of the 23-24 season, they have a winning percentage of over 9-12.
It's like that's unheard of.
It's unbelievable, and it's funny how it's just incredible to suggest what they've been able to do, changing the game and being a lead for that long, Kathy, and that's the thing. I mean, full credit that they've found a way to win a lot of games without having their best stuff, and that really truly is the sign that you've made it, is when you can still, maybe you're not perfect. You talk about the numbers and the lead numbers and Sarah Wilkes. Imagine when Sarah gets going. Imagine when she finds her game, right? So it's pretty scary.
And again, at 85%, she's got a lot of game. It's just we are so used to seeing every person on the Homan team at the top of the stats. And so what that says to me, if I'm Corinne Brown, is if Sarah's maybe not making everything right now, go hard with Sam Fisher.
Curl, 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 curl. Good. 10-5.
And longtime teammates of Rachel Homan, Emma Miskew. You know, she did an interview with Bob Weeks before the championship began and said, you know, my skip's like family. They've been together for so long. They've grown up together. They've won together. And remember the last time the event was here, Rachel was at the Olympics, so Emma Miskew had to step in Thunder Bay and take over the team. All right, time for the keys to the game, and let's start with Team BC.
But we've already talked about how strong the front end is of this BC team right now. So push a little bit with those two women because they're putting things in right spots. And with Rachel Homan, for Corinne, she needs to look at angles all the time. What am I leaving Rachel? Respecting that up weight ability. Protect against that.
Big scrub here for Sarah Colton, trying to hold this yellow stone. Want to stick around with the shooter. And they will stick around in the 12-foot.
Well, and for Rachel Homan and her team, looking for a surge from Sarah. Those are the numbers, 8th overall. Just finding her way. She also gets some mismatch stones, so that doesn't help. And a strong chance for flurries. Tracy Fleury is just such an all-around player, 99% the other night. It's not just the up-weight ability, it is the consistency. You keep getting that from your third. Boy, it's going to make life tough for Corinne Brown.
Keys to the game brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere.
Gotta go.
Hard,
Hard,
just
hard,
hard,
hard. Really gotta go. Really gotta go.
Hard for Pete.
Hard, 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 hard. Okay.
You'd have some fresh pebble out there this morning. They don't go that far out when they're drawing to the button, and so that will make it finish that little bit more, and that's what happened.
You got it, Aaron. Okay.
So good chance for BC now. Well, if you get down, this is a team that finds a way to put pressure against you. You saw the lead the field in stolen points.
Aaron Pincott trying to get around that yellow. There's the hit. There's the roll. Pokes out a little bit out that other side, but a nice shot as that settles top four.
Great brushing by Sarah and Sam to keep that straight enough to get by that tight corner guard.
And that win last year, her first ever at the Scotties for Tracy Fleury in Calgary. What a feeling that was for her.
Clean. Off.
Well, and for Tracy, this Thunder Bay, it's in her neck of the woods, but had a very disappointing experience the last time we were here. Tracy tested positive for COVID and spent most of the week of the Scotties in a hotel room. And so what an opportunity to be in Northern Ontario and to have a chance to play.
Remember, too, she lost the Olympic curling trials final in an extra end to Jennifer Jones, Saskatoon in 2021. That was an incredible week for her and her team that year.
They were so good. That is such a hard loss to get over.
Hard to stick. No roll. Sit.
Okay. Okay. What is that, Corinne?
Weight was good.
Sorry.
So there's a corner guard for Rachel to take advantage of. Not her color, but chance to go around and maybe score her two here in the first.
I agree. You can keep it there. It'll curl. Hold on. Go ahead. Gotta be here. 6. Wait, only. Close.
6. It's okay. It's
Close
running.
there. Hard.
Yeah. Gotta go. It's running out.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Get up
Yeah.
here hard. Curl if you can.
Gotta go.
Yeah, it's really low. Curl.
That's 15-5. That is
Try and get
really
wide
quick.
over there.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, great brushing to get it there. Going across the center line in the first end is some of the toughest ice because nobody throws it down the center line in the draw to the button.
Corner. If anything, show a piece on that side.
Okay.
That like almost straighter. I think so, yeah. Which would make sense because everything was going that way in the Sturmey game too. Yeah.
For Corinne Brown, her Scotties career always around that 500 mark, but what an outstanding start
Yeah, sounds good.
this year. She won the
Yeah, sounds good.
BC title, beating victorious Kayla McMillan
I think so. Yeah.
to win that provincial championship.
Let's go. Okay, you got it. Ooh.
And Kathy, they've played a lot as well. You talk about Skurlik's team out of Alberta, a ton of games. Well, Corinne Brown's team, very busy, 11 events, over 60 games this season together.
10. Hard. 10-5.
Whoa.
Wait's good.
Whoa.
Okay, well done.
Whoa.
No, just roll it big. Or no. 9-8. Okay.
We've been
Must
on
have
this
been
sheet
big.
a number of times. It is almost not uphill, but it definitely does
Judging
not
by
want
how
to
it
curl
rolled, it must have been
towards
big.
the board. It wants to pull back, and that's why that stone ran very straight.
Think it'll come back here?
A little bit.
Okay. This.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything to the board looks like it's going a hair.
Charting out the ice.
Is it close
no.
out of her hand?
No. Weight's good. Weight's good. Clean. Clean. Down normal. Let's just say clean. Okay.
Yes!
Weight's good.
Rachel Homan, her first here in one,
Good. Okay, good.
and bangs it on the nose.
And Rachel was not interested in rolling
Great shot.
under, wanted to stay out in the wings, forcing Corinne out there. Corinne will, of course, try to roll underneath. Rachel would love to blank this end and hoping that by staying out there, Corinne may stay out there as
same
well.
weight's good.
I'm just going to throw a 10.
Yeah, sounds good.
Get the roll?
Yeah.
Okay. This seems to be moving a little bit here.
Yeah,
So
I don't think we were quite finishing them as much as we could have.
Okay.
But I do agree this
Nice
has some
10.
finish at the end.
Okay, you got it. Nice 10.
That noise that you hear all the time is Corinne's pre-shot routine after she cleans the rock as she blows into her hand to warm it up, feels that it gets better feel on the handle.
9-5. Yeah.
Curl. 9-5.
Curl.
Hard semi.
Close. Straight. Straight. Curl. Curl.
It's got to be close, on and off, and the flip behind that guard.
Okay.
9-7.
And something that Rachel has to
It
deal
curled
with
under
now
at
for
the
the blank.
end.
Well, she got that little spin back as it came off. That's the sharpened stones. As they start
curled
to
under
die,
at the
they
end,
dig
yeah.
in. Watch when this stone almost looks like it's going to continue to roll.
And from the broom down that we see, that little spin right there is enough to force Rachel Homan.
Like the line I hit.
Well done,
Yeah.
Corinne Brown and Team BC in this first end.
Back 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think similar to your draw for hammer.
14-3.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll keep it there.
Okay.
She beat Jennifer Jones 5-4 in last year's final in Calgary. And then the first women's
Little
world's
light.
gold medal for Canada since 2018. Just the one loss in that world championship. It came against South Korea.
I don't think you can hurt it. Hard. You gotta go.
Milestone here in one.
7, 8.
Needs that button to pick up her single. Has Miscue and Wilkes a good scrub. Have to touch it a little bit. There's the pinhole, and there's the single. What a start. Good draw weight, and we're off and running. It's always exciting Wednesday at the Scotties as the top teams look to elevate and make the playoffs right here on TSN.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. By Home Hardware, here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Welcome back inside Fort William Gardens here in Thunder Bay. Building opened up back in 1951. Great to have fans in the building on this Wednesday morning as well. Lead stones on the way. This one from Samantha Fisher out of British Columbia. Part of the new look on this team.
Line's good.
Where?
Little bounce.
Okay, come to
Top
ours.
four.
It's got to curl a mile.
Top 4.
Yeah, straight.
Top four.
Hard, roll it
Bumping
off.
that T-line.
Yeah, I got you. Roll it off. Roll it off.
Roll it under.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that ran.
14-9.
So Kathy, as we look at action across the sheets of ice, obviously you got to win going forward. You see Melissa Adams, New Brunswick. You can't drop to 4 losses. Sturmey trying to improve to 4-2. PEI, Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville basically has to win out for a shot Nancy Martin at 3-3. Julia Weigel, Nunavut, looking for her first win. And, of course, our feature, the Baidu Skurlik out of Alberta. Anything stand out to you this morning, Kathy, you're keeping an eye on?
Well, Nancy Martin lost 2 in a row and needs to stop the bleeding to stay in contention. If you're at 4 losses, we are thinking you are very, very... Well, you're on life support, because not only do you need to win, but you need all sorts of things to happen. Nancy can still stay in the mix, but does need to win.
You can see the coach there, Jim Cotter, just behind the boards. Had a chat with him before the game, and I asked him, how do you beat this Rachel Homan team? He sort of grinned and he said, you know what? Our team is really cooking right now. We work really hard behind the scenes. We're confident. He said, we have to make a lot of shots, be aggressive, and go at them as well. Show no fear, as it's been very tough, as we talked about the record of Rachel Homan, her success the last 2 seasons. But this team will not be intimidated. They feel very confident about what they're doing, their game, and I'm going to try take it here to the 4-time champ.
Well, and I would say that if I'm Team BC, I view Last Stand as a win, and nobody better, not only technically, but just as a human being. He's one of the nicest players that ever played, and brilliant. Had a hard year. Remember, lost the Brier final and the Olympic trials final that one year. But what he can bring to this team, and it would be that kind of approach. For Corinne Brown, made a wonderful hit and roll under. You force Rachel Homan to take one. She hates to do that. So even though the advantage is on the scoreboard for Rachel Homan, I think Team BC is feeling pretty good about the first end.
Did you guys not? You couldn't hear me, Trace? Pardon? You couldn't hear me?
No, I saw your hand.
It just speaks to, yeah, there's some noise in the building this morning. Let's get the updates going here, Kathy. And we'll begin with Krista McCarville, the hometown team out of Thunder Bay, taking on Prince Edward Island.
Well, for Krista, doesn't have to make the double. I think she's just playing the hit because it's early in this game, but can't afford to roll to the right.
Started off with 4 straight losses, picked up a pair of wins, though, and here's a nice shot. They both will go, and a single on the board. And they have to be perfect, Kathy. You talked about it Wednesday. You know, by the end of tonight, 3 draws today, we should have a pretty good idea of who's got a chance to make the playoffs.
I agree. I don't think we're going to know who's going to be in, but we'll know who's not going to be and who is still fighting for their life.
Oh, was it?
Her weight was good. Okay, normal on the nose.
Yeah, this should curl right in.
Yeah.
Weight's good. Clean. Clean.
No.
Whoa! Curl if you can.
And a couple of steals early
Weight was
on
good.
sheet A and sheet B, a blank on sheet C.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, was good, you said?
I think so. I didn't get it. She said curl it, but like there's no way that was a bomb.
No.
10.
Behind. Sorry? Do you ever hook one? I don't know how close they are.
Yeah,
This is good though. Okay.
Sorry, what kind of weight? 10.
Okay. Let's get
Max
mine are in real
separation.
straight. Yeah.
Well, back-to-back rollouts. Still sorting things out.
We got the hair pretty close.
Clean. Yep. Yes.
Face down.
Hard.
Trying to get to 3/4 of the stone to remove the red and also create separation between the yellows.
Okay.
You would have had to cross that pretty good to move it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
10-5.
10-5. Okay.
And not a brush to it here for Tracy Fleury. And she'll just drive that top one. And a chance now with Hammer BC to split the house and lie a pair.
Well, just in her extension at the end, I think Tracy got it back a little bit, and it will just track. So watch as she lets go.
Sorry.
She's got a very square delivery, but as she puts the weight on it, you can see on the line just that little bit of a flip out. And with that kind of weight, you can see on her face right away, she knows that it's not going to curl to the center line to make the double.
Line's good.
Line's
Like
good. Where?
Yeah, all you.
Where are you?
Gotta go.
Chance to capitalize.
We're 3. Just a 2.
Okay. Okay. Just didn't look like she finished that.
No.
Just slow kick. Sorry.
I think you could have just finished it a smidge more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. What do you think?
Yeah. Turn control.
Okay. We could go under. It's my rocks.
Pardon?
We could go under if we want.
Sure. Do you still like the out turn?
So the discussion is, do you hit and stick on the nose? But you heard Rachel say it's my rock. I think it's a really good time to play the hit and roll under if you can get there.
Not a whole lot. Okay. How are you gonna
Your other
throw it?
option, if she wants to keep it open, is to hit and roll to the open, force Corinne Brown to hit and roll, and on your final one, you make the play to roll under.
Up the speed here? Yeah, speed's good. Speed's good.
You talked about the record that Rachel
Coming down.
has had against Canadian teams. Carrie Anderson, the only team from Canada to solve Rachel Homan. And look at this, the hit and the roll behind cover behind
Beautiful.
the corner. Man,
Wasn't even that light.
nice little shot.
Oh, okay. I kind of just came off of it.
Do you like that?
The same room as me?
Yours
Pardon
is
me?
here.
What do you think
Okay.
her
But I think that's
speed's here?
peeking out a hair.
Okay,
I think. Probably 15 and change.
Yeah,
I guess it depends where.
Yeah, if we're going behind like a 14.8, do you think?
I think so.
Like with a nice finish. Yeah.
Here's a great example. Look at where the broom is that Erin is
Do you like
holding
that
it.
broom? Or do you
I
want hair
do,
less?
yeah. I like this. I like it.
Yeah, show them a piece.
Yeah.
It
So I wanna
takes
go
a
behind
while.
with
It's
the round.
almost as though it's trying to climb up a little bit as it goes toward that board side. We are on the outside
So same
of
as
the
the other one.
building. It's
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
as though it gets a little bit higher.
As Brown settles in and delivers her stone. Updates on Nunavut's Weagle and Saskatchewan Martin. Final stone here from the skip from the north.
Well, we talked about Nancy Martin coming off back-to-back losses, wants to flip this around, putting pressure on Nunavut, lying 3. Julia is electing to play the hit.
And pretty exciting for the Weagle family, as the sisters, they're not in the same pool, so they don't get to see each other a ton, but Lisa's saying they've been texting a lot and great support that way, and really proud of her sister getting this opportunity.
Nicely done.
And there you go. She'll pick up the single there, and the first point on the board on sheet C.
Well, you see Corinne Brown just coming that little bit light.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Up to you.
And so Rachel will try to do to Corinne Brown what Corinne did to her in the first end, which is create a situation for a force.
Oh, like middle of 4. Where do you want it for depth?
T-line.
Okay. I'm thinking draw for hammer speed. Do you like that? You can go full 8. It's good. Okay.
It's
Anywhere.
stickier to the wings. Like, it's better to throw a little extra.
And let's check in on sheet A. It's Sturmey, Alberta, and Melissa Adams, the former Canadian junior champion, back at the Scotties again. 2-3 record, final stone here in 2.
Well, I've been watching a lot of Melissa Adams because on every second draw, I've seen her play and making a lot more shots. This New Brunswick team is, even if their record isn't maybe where they would like it to be, they are a tough team. Here's a chance for 2 if she can hit and stick.
Out of the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton. There's the hit, there's the stick, and there's your 2 for New Brunswick. Meantime, back to our feature. Rachel Homan trying to split the house, lie 2. And yeah, the force is right back on BC. It'll be either the hit or the draw for 1 for Corinne Brown.
That was a 14.9.
And there's no right shot on this. if you're comfortable with draw weight, then
Nice 10-5 here.
because those stones are in the
You
8
guys
foot,
like that
you would
room?
expect
Yeah,
to
I do.
see a draw. But I
Nice and
think
crisp.
because
I think
Corinne
this
came
spot does
light
move a little bit.
on
Yeah,
her
we've seen it
first,
here.
okay,
Yeah.
feels more comfortable playing the hit and stick.
Let's go. Yeah, you got it. Throw here. Let's go.
Okay.
So this team, Kathy, leads the field, BC, in steals this week, but
Yes.
hammer efficiency not as good. 26% with hammer. 14th in the field out of the 18 teams.
Now, keeping in mind that if she hits and sticks here, it won't affect her efficiency. You have to score 2 with hammer in order to really affect that number.
But you want to stick this shooter and stick around, and she will not. So a stolen point for Rachel Homan, Team Canada. And a 2-0 lead for the defending champs here in Thunder Bay. Glad you're with us on this Wednesday morning. Rachel Homan, a steal in that second end. And a 2-0 advantage. Here, play underway in 3. Top 3 from each pool will qualify for the playoffs.
Oh, then if it's a 5.
Winner represents Canada at the Women's Worlds in South Korea. Our feature match on Sheet D with play underway in this third end.
Heavy, heavy.
Okay, you can leave it.
There's a lot of ways to get the crowd going on a Wednesday morning. Either show Kathy Goche on the Jumbotron or kids who showed up this morning with some awesome signs. There you go.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm having fun. I love curling. Curling rocks. Awesome to see the youngsters here in Thunder Bay inside Fort William Gardens.
Sarah!
That is you.
And they've been here all week long, learning about the game, cheering on their respective teams, and a lot of creative signs.
Roll it. Oh.
Well, and that's great. And props to the school divisions or the schools themselves who have decided that they would expose the young people to this game. We are glad to have you here.
Okay. I don't know. Like, that's okay.
And a lot of those Northern Ontario
straight and
signs.
left.
Krista McCarville is a teacher here in Thunder Bay. A lot of great support, and she's on the ice this morning.
Clean. Yeah.
Yep.
Hard.
Oh,
Clean.
Great sequence. Nice, Sam.
It was Rachel Homan and John Morris were competing for Canada in mixed doubles. The last time the Scotties was here, unfortunately, COVID restrictions. There's Krista McCarville,
Yeah.
trying to continue to claw her way back to have a chance
Yes.
to make the playoffs. Made the final the last time it was here in Thunder Bay.
Didn't add a ton.
9 previous appearances for Sarah Colton, as you talked about, between Yukon and the Northwest Territories, and now calling Kamloops home. As we just saw Krista McCarville, so why not update there on Sheet B against PEI?
Well, you can see that shot stone is Northern Ontario's. That's the stone at the top of the 4-foot. And for Veronica Main, who throws last rock for PEI, trying to get to it, move it over, or at least out of the 4-foot, because she is second shot.
Jane DiCarlo is the skip, throws the third stone, and this is Veronica Main.
Hard piece, Whit, you're doing it. You got it, Whitney, you got it. Yeah, 12-4, Whitney, you got it.
And that is
On it.
Whitney Jenkins, and they do got it, just enough to pick that out. Shooter rolls out, but that is a
Nice
single,
shot.
and a 1-1 game.
You like going around? Good sweep there.
I like it. And if you're tight, like, that's not bad. It's another guard. Yeah. Okay.
Top
Jason,
12.
throw. Yeah, you got it.
That's really good discussion in the hack. Just thinking of your tolerance. You've got second shot buried. You go around again. The tolerance is to be light. If she happens to be a little bit short, you are protecting that stone. You just don't want to be heavy and chap off of it, because right now it is buried.
Hard line.
Hard, Aaron.
Wait, good.
Where?
Do it. Wait. Whoa.
Whoa.
And only. Little bomb.
No, Sam. So no.
Little bomb.
No.
So a little tap, and it pokes out. Second and third shot stones belong to BC. Yeah, the Homan Empire has been rolling. You see the start, the 5 straight wins right now against Brown. And she'll wrap up play against Nunavut and Weagle as they look for their first win still. And then Thursday, it's Selena Sturmey in Alberta. If Homan can win here, she solidifies a spot in the playoffs. Obviously, you want to be the top seed.
It puts you in a position where you have one less game to play and you have a chance to get right through to the playoffs.
It's incredible. Look at her last loss at the Scotties. Christina Black, who is in the field. Nice double. That'll clean up some granite. And the one stone remains in the house belonging to Canada, back 4.
I tried to help it in, and it didn't even matter. It was so straight there. Yeah.
Well, a great shot by Tracy. Had that one opportunity because of Sarah Colton's not finishing as much. And they are all gone.
It was tough to look at. It looked like it jammed everywhere. Big ads. Big ads.
Little tighter line.
So for BC, you still have that corner guard. We'll see if Erin can duck behind it.
Line's good.
Top 14.
Whoa. Let it sit.
T-line.
Whoa.
Sam.
Little bit, Sam. Little bit.
We're back.
Whoa.
We're back. We're back.
The higher, the better.
Okay.
Good.
14-5.
Okay. 14-5, I think she said. What do you think, Draw?
I have a quarter if you want to chase it. I don't mind either. I can't hear you. I can see a quarter.
Okay.
Like just through. Try to tap it through.
Whoa.
11.
And it is a very high guard, Kathy.
Yeah.
So hack, probably. Crazy hack.
So
Yeah.
going to try kill this stone with hack
We can
weight.
hold this for you. Yeah.
Well, for Rachel, it looks like it's buried, and it is a really good stone. But from Tracy from the hack, she knows how long that guard is, and she just saw, even with big weight, that there is movement.
Weight's good.
Whoa.
Clean.
Clean.
Yeah. Little light. Whoa. Curl.
Weight's good.
Can't hurt it. Hawk. Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. We're not on it yet.
And I got a tiny piece.
Man, and you could hear out of her hand, Tracy, you know, just wasn't going to curl enough, and that opens the door now. And
Tracy.
talking about being aggressive right behind that corner one more time for BC.
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
You know, we always talk about it's not a miss until the next one is made. And so great chance here for Erin to throw the exact same thing she just threw
A little lighter.
and get another stone behind.
Line's good.
Erin, Samantha, and Corinne go way back, winning that Canadian Junior together.
Make it good.
We gotta go.
Hard, you guys.
Line
By that high
It's not a
guard,
zipper
they'll
line,
continue to
though.
drag. This might
Rain.
pop out the other side. But
Good.
Okay.
second and third shot stone with hammer
Yeah,
now
that's
belongs to BC here in this third end.
Such a
So for
fine
British
line.
Columbia, great
I guess I
start.
should've-
4-1 record. Homan right now. And when you just look at the standings, two of the weaker teams left to come, New Brunswick and PEI. So Corinne Brown has put herself in a really nice position. Remember, you beat Sturmey, you beat Martin, you beat McCarville, and in the head-to-head, there's no tiebreaker games anymore. The head-to-head is a big difference, and then it's the last stone draw to the button as well as another tiebreaker to get you through, but no tiebreaker game. So, man, BC's in a really nice spot right now.
And they're in a really good spot out here in this end as well.
That or whatever.
Fair enough. See how this one goes.
And for Rachel, she cannot see the stone that Erin just threw, but she can see a piece of the one that's at the back 12, trying to pick it out to make sure that they don't give up 3.
Whoa, whoa.
Hard.
Clean. Yeah.
Skip stones here in 3.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Clean.
whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Curl.
Girl.
Hard.
Want that little
Great
flip
shot.
inside, but she'll remove the yellow.
I got 10-6 also.
That's a really good shot. Their second. That was huge. If she
Great shot,
rolls
Grace.
out, It's
Very
an
nice, just
open
being
opportunity
conservative.
for a
Yeah,
deuce.
It was 10-6.
If we roll it, like,
Yeah. Like she has to nose it for you to
okay,
have.
if you like that, that's
You guys
fine.
like that? Just to draw there or take it and roll? Or draw? Well, there's just no double then.
like
Do you
the
have air? What? No.
No.
This is a really
My first thought is the
difficult
hit.
building to communicate up and down. We've shown you the students, so
Kinda
there's a
like 10-5.
lot of background buzzing all the time. It's also a very flat, low roof. And when you have a flat, low roof, the sound all comes
Do you guys
down.
like this, or do you want to play the draw?
Really hard to
this.
communicate. There's a great
Yeah,
example.
we
It's
tried
not
for
that
rolling,
high,
like just nose.
and it's very flat,
to
and
roll
so
it.
it's like it being in a drum out there.
Yeah, no.
And that's where when you're having a conversation, you need to go to the other
What
end.
air less did I be giving you?
Well, two options for Corinne. One of them is that you play the hit and roll. There is no double. They are too flat.
Closer to a 10. Yeah, it's a
You can
10.
also just hit and stick there, hoping that Rachel does the same, and then there will be a double. Or she could have elected to draw.
And Brown will hit a little rollover for shot stone. Update time again. It's 2 yellow in the house, belonging to Nunavut. 1 to come here from Nancy Martin.
And for Nancy, she's playing the hit and stick on the shot stone. It's a very sharp double, and you're going to take 1 even if you make it. So she's taking the higher percentage shot, which is the nose hit.
And she's executed. There you go. 1 on the board and a 1-1 game on sheet C.
Sweet.
Okay, sorry. Just gotta find your own way.
If you just be careful. Like I'd rather nose it than roll out.
Yeah, even if we roll a bit my way, she won't have a double. Like there won't be enough space by the guard.
How are you gonna fast? Eh? Pardon? Fast because there's no
The
curl.
speed's
Yeah, it's
good.
up to speed.
Yeah.
How are you throwing it?
Weight's good.
Hot.
Clean.
Clean. Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
Final stone in 3, Rachel Homan trying to force BC.
Leave it. Yeah.
Just trying to, we have to roll a little low.
Roll it.
And she will lie 2, so it's either the draw or the hit for 1 here for BC.
Thought it would go.
Or is
and
it double
kept
there?
tracking.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's
Very
really flat.
I heard what you were saying, so I was like, oh, we're nose.
I guess if the game's on the line, you give it a heave, Kathy, but that's a really flat double.
Her weight was good.
And you giving up a steal, you probably want to get on the board here and feel good about yourself. Keep it close.
Do you like that broom?
Yeah.
Rachel talking about switching up stones,
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
still trying to find matching
Yeah, same
pairs.
speed, nice and smooth.
No, if that stone, that red stone, was up just a little bit more, it's worth taking it on, but they are on a parallel line, so really, really difficult. So for Corinne, looking for the nose hit and the single.
Yeah. Gotta get on the
Oh,
line.
man, and that reaction
Hard, Sam!
Gotta get
Hard,
on the line.
Sam!
Go, go, go.
maybe can be saved as Sam Fisher trying to carve it over. Got to stick the shooter, and she will. I don't know, the body language of Corinne Brown didn't look good, but she gets the hit and sticks around for a single. Hammer back to Team Canada, up by 1 when we return. Welcome back to Thunder Bay. A lot of great curlers from these parts. Heather Houston, Rick and Lorraine Lang, Al Hackner, and of course Krista McCarville and her team competing on the ice this morning on the shores of Lake Superior. Sleeping Giant in the distance, and all the kids have shown up, and a lot cheering on Krista McCarville. She is a teacher here in the city. A lot of great signs. Now these children are from Claude E. Garton Public School, and they're wearing the black shirts, and they were a big part of this morning, kicking off the action at the Scotties. as they performed the national anthem of Canada in sign language.
Beautiful work.
That is a job well done, and a lot of national pride right here in Thunder Bay on this Wednesday. Thank you. And a job well done, Claude E. Garton Public School. Take a bow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Forward with this turn is awkward. 10-5.
As we bring you back to our feature matchup this morning, Team Canada and BC. One on the board for Corinne Brown. So it is Hammer back to Rachel Homan, Team Canada, here in 4, throwing the Red Rocks.
And we have a corner and a center, so it's going to start to get a little bit messier. And with Outlast Rock, that works in BC's favor. Trying to get through the port.
Hard! Any roll, Sam. Any roll. Okay,
Through the port, no problem. And a nose hit.
9-9.
Nice shot there from Sarah Colton.
Rock or the stagger with forward weight. Yeah. That's fine. Let's throw like heavy hack.
I don't think it's there with Hack. I think I need like normal.
Normal to hit and roll.
Whatever.
Which turn?
I don't think it's there.
This is the out turn with. Okay.
You can hear in background all the noise. It's going to be a lot of sign back and forth.
Good.
Yep.
The front sweeper is going to need to look up a lot.
Hard.
Hard.
Keep going.
Hard. You're close. Whoa,
Through the port one more time. Hit and a roll. Oh, that's a great shot.
Very nice.
I don't think it's shot stone, but my goodness, it's locked right in there on that yellow.
On your second.
So updated scores across the sheets of ice. You can see Alberta Sturmey now leads by 2 over New Brunswick, a 1-1 tie. Northern Ontario PEI and Saskatchewan and Nunavut all tied up at 1. Weagle with Hammer on sheet C.
Well, Sarah Colton being asked to come right down on top of it.
That was close. A little bit early. It's good.
Really trying to make sure BC is that the scoring zone is very small for Rachel Homan.
Back 4.
What?
Back 4.
Yeah, straight then. Whoa.
Back 4.
Whoa. Straight. Whoa.
Hard.
Weight looks really nice, and the result is as well. Tap. And a couple in there now for BC.
14-9. The murmurs just occurred to
I know. Good. Little lights, okay?
I don't mind this, and then peel on yours if the angle is not good.
So just the straight
What do you think for
freeze,
the
is that-
speed on this? No, she wants to tap it a hair, like sit in front of
I
ours.
think the speed's okay on it. I think
Okay.
it just looks slow compared to my other one.
Okay.
What do you
It had
have?
no slowdown on the judge.
Okay.
What is
So
she
like
doing?
15 here.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, 15.
So Rachel wanted to know what rock that she had to put the broom down.
They talked a little bit about getting rid of the 7 and moving them around. So sometimes you have a stone,
Little light.
especially after sharpening, they're finding that it might
up, Chris.
curl a little bit more or be alternatively straighter. And so you ice according to the rock that's thrown.
Wait only. 6.
And with Emma playing second, often a second will have a mismatched stone.
So if you're watching at home and you're a young curler or you're in the crowd and you're watching,
Great shot, Em.
those are the little details that, bad pun, but no stone unturned. I
No.
mean, your little details in the game during a long week that all add up to be big things when it comes to your record and winning at the end of the week.
Or are you gonna
For sure, and you have somebody on the bench from your team that's always charting the stones. that you're throwing, what you're seeing and learning.
Just like back 4.
Okay. Won't overthrow it.
Corinne needs to just move those stones around a little bit, because the problem for Corinne is at the back of the hearts is where her stone is, and knows that a play on the 2 red stones in the house, her yellow is gone, and does not want to give up 3. And so for Erin, it's about just jiggling the stones around a little bit, unlocking them.
Whoa!
T-line. Line, go!
Close!
Back 4.
Close!
Line,
Yep,
good.
yep.
Yep. Just
Whoa.
back 8. Yeah!
Yep!
Back 8.
Whoa! Clean it! Clean it, those out!
It's got to be close. They're on, they're off here for Erin Pidcock.
Good, Erin.
And shuffles the stones around a little bit. Still shot stone. Belongs to Team Canada, right on the hearts.
They should come up a hair, right?
Okay.
And this is just about a pure get rid of that guard. Too early to play those stones in the house. Rachel wants to make sure it's an open shot.
That did nothing.
Huh?
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Skip this over a bit.
Yeah. Do you like a 9-5?
Sure. Erin! Erin's the last one.
Oh, it's still your shot.
Oh boy.
See?
Oopsie.
There you go. Good
You
morning.
know, sometimes with all the stuff that's going on, plus when there's all those rocks in the middle, you can just forget.
Or you go down there, call your own shot, Kathy, and then you go throw it, right? There you go.
Here's what I'd like to do.
This is what I'm going to do. Here's the broom.
Hey, I think so, yeah. Smidge low's not bad.
If anything, she went down, saw the house, and knows exactly what she needs to hit, so
doubt
you got
about
that
it.
going for you.
Trying to get to the inside of this stone. Might move that red one over a little bit, but the objective here principally for Erin is get rid of one of those red stones.
Yes! Hard, Tammy. Wait, good.
And they picked her up right away. Did Sam Fisher right out of her hand. Colton trying to help. Here comes their own yellow, and they'll wick off it. Oof. And now it's Team Canada lying 2.
Yeah, just really tight out of her hand. You heard Corinne yell
Oh, good.
immediately. Great brushing to try to get it by that top one, but was not able to. And the worst part is both of those BC stones go back.
Yeah. I kind of like the hit.
Okay, control.
Control?
Yeah. Okay.
So for Fleury, remove that yellow stone at the top of the 4-foot, roll behind the corner guard. Not only are you starting to amass a number of red stones in the house, but again, opening it up for Rachel Homan.
Clean. Clean.
Oh, curl, curl. Curl, move it hard.
Stick around. Go, go, go,
Hard
go,
to
go.
stay.
Hard.
Removes both
Good shot,
yellows.
Trace.
Shooter will stick around. Remember,
shot.
Canada has hammer here in
Good
this
shot.
4th end.
Good shot, Tracy. You could also do this.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
I don't hate that.
Okay. Nothing is good.
Just a heads up. Yeah, I thought the intern maybe. Do you like there then?
Okay.
Even if you bonk it over, it's better than.
Now for Corinne Brown, if you
Heel
hit
with
the
intern.
red stone on the
You're hitting
left
the back
first,
one
she's worried
first.
about
Okay, yeah,
jamming
that's right.
onto her own, and that's why she's playing the other one first.
Update time, Saskatchewan Nunavut, and Julia Weigel is the import for Nunavut from Ottawa, trying to pick up her first win at this year's Scotties.
Well, she's playing a wily veteran in Nancy Martin. Nancy is making sure there's not a lot of guards up front. This Nunavut team's draw game is much stronger than their hit game, so forcing all the play into the house. And as a result, that is why it is 3 Saskatchewan stones that she faces needs to stick.
In our feature, Corinne Brown delivers as well, and she'll roll to the other side behind the corner, and Weagle cannot as the shooter spills out. That'll be a steal of 2, and Saskatchewan leads 3-1.
Commentator's curse, I just said her whole team's throwing such good rocks.
I was sliding over this. Sneaky. Alright. Yeah.
Can you get that stone out?
If I throw 7 and you guys can ever tap it into the open, then she has to be careful.
It doesn't look there with how straight it's going in the wings, but
Just T-line, I mean.
okay.
Let's try and get shot, eh? Just 7.
Okay.
Top button.
Well, you heard Rachel. You play around there. You make sure that you're lying third shot.
Yeah.
But if you're ever able to tap it a little bit over, you may bring in multiple. Chance here for Adams. Again, Melissa has really started to push a lot of teams. A chance for 2 here. That would bring her back tied with Selena Sturmey if she can stick on the nose.
And of course, the head-to-head matchup, so critical at the Scotties. Nose hit, 2 on the board. And Melissa Adams, New Brunswick, ties it up as they'll begin playing 5. Meantime, early in her feature game, but Rachel Homan, 100% so far on this Wednesday morning.
Okay, I don't think carb. Yeah, I think so. It's not.
It's a great example here where it just doesn't want to climb up the hill.
Okay.
Very slow, gradual movement, and then it stops.
Okay, that's good.
And it will stop for third shot rock. Remember last year in Calgary,
That's good. Sorry.
Homan's team
Just a hair more, like a
hurled
hair extra.
97% as a team. That's the highest ever
Try and sit 2.
in their 11-2 win
10-5.
over Yukon. Colleen Jones had a 96% game back in the day in 2004.
10-5 or board.
Just speaks to the level that these athletes can play at when they're firing on all cylinders.
Just 10-5?
Yeah.
Well, expect the building to get a little bit loud here if Krista McCarville can make this draw, and she could pick up 3 and break things open over on sheet B.
Well, already lying 2. Krista needs full 12.
Line's good.
As we watch Corinne looking to play the hit.
Line's nice. Just for weight.
You can hear the crowd get into it. On the update sheet, a big brush needed in our feature. Brown able to remove that stone. She is shot rock, but Rachel has the hit for 2, and that is a draw for 3 for Krista McCarville.
Nice shot.
Yeah, if you could only maybe restart the event, though, hey, Kathy, that 0-4 start, so
Well,
tough.
this is a similar line to the second end, right?
I think you heard Kendra Lilly during an update at one point saying, we got to get off this train. Like, it was very frustrating, but to their credit,
No, I think it should be
they're
the
battling.
same. Hers just
I
curled.
think I was late though. I thought you guys said it 10-5.
10-4, yeah. So it was a hair light.
But it did curl, like we were holding it. You
Well,
made
with
a head
Corinne
roll under the guard.
catching the back stone of her own on the last one, it is an open hit for Rachel Homan for the pair. And this will impact her hammer efficiency, which is already the best in the field.
Just clean.
Whoa.
Clean. 10. Whoa. Curl.
Final zone in 4.
Okay, clean, you're good.
Oh,
You're good.
clean.
Yeah, that Homan train just keeps on chugging along. 2 on the board, and a 4-1 advantage here at the Scotties in Thunder Bay. Again, Kathy, just surgical. Team Canada, 2 on the board, a 4-1 advantage over BC, 5-0 record, trying to secure a spot. Top 3, championship weekend, and defend their title. Look at the numbers, all draws, but 97% Sarah Wilkes so far.
Well, and that's really what we talked about starting this game is would the BC front end that were statistically at the top of the lead in the second be the big difference today? Emma Miskew came in second place, Sarah in 8th, but right now Sarah Wilkes showing true Sarah Wilkes form.
Samantha Fisher throws up the corner guard, her second though light. So 2 corner guards locked up. They're just trying to, like the audible, line it up towards the Hearts in case they can use that later.
It's about trying to get the best out of a situation that wasn't what they were looking for.
It's a good angle.
Samantha, a respiratory therapist back home, and did a wonderful job during those COVID times and helping out patients. That time helped fast-track her graduation as well. And Sarah, doctor as well. A lot of medical experience on this BC team.
It feels draggable, Sarah. Okay. Close. Easy, easy, easy.
2.5. 2.5. Yeah, line. Line only. Clean. 2.5. Right here. Hard line.
And the tight center guard thrown up by Emma Miskew.
And this is one of the difficulties in playing a team like Homan. You have to stay close. Once you start chasing, it becomes so difficult because she puts her foot on your throat and just starts to apply more pressure.
And the thing, you know, with Rachel's team and watching her, and you look at the numbers and you know, we focus on them because it's our job, but if one player is maybe not having their best stuff, it seems someone else will pick it up, someone else will elevate, and rarely do you see Rachel Homan's team hurt themselves.
You saw some really good numbers from Sarah, again, continuing that trend.
I think I'm not helping.
I think we should have rearranged on her first.
Rearrange them, you think?
Guard.
You think so?
It's
I
going
think if we hit a quarter, it might go by.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Like she's got to make a play in the middle. I could see this going badly.
Hitting high side, like I think it might go by everything. Even if it hits this and goes flying this way, that's still a good result. It's your first, it's your second.
Talking about
Like,
hitting this onto there, but you heard Emma say, I think this can go bad, because it can. It can go here.
Don't play it now. We can't drill it. We can't jam it.
It can go there.
It's okay
There's
to jam
also
it now.
this option of just getting rid of this stone.
It's not okay to jam it on traces.
I think it's going to jam. I think I'm hitting this one into ours.
Because it does drag, right, Kathy?
Sure
That
it does.
second stone, the one
bet
that's
it does.
frozen up top.
I'm not
But
loving
like
it.
We're hitting it this way, right? We're smashing it this way.
I'm not loving it.
I like either guarding,
Yeah,
nosing
my
this,
first
or
thought was
feeling
the
this.
guard.
I like that too.
Like
There's a very good chance it goes onto a red.
we're on the button. They have to play it.
And this is
We're not on the
corner.
button.
Like they'll
We're on the
grab
button.
it.
Yes.
I like it.
I like the guard.
What rock are you throwing?
The 6.
Just tell her I'll give her more ice.
Are you good with this range?
No.
Rachel really, really wants to play
She's gonna give you more
that
ice.
shot.
Okay.
But this
And that's
speed will
good.
still
You
be
have to have a
good.
little bit of levity on the team.
My last one was
But
the
Emma's the
fast
one in the
shot,
hack
and
and doesn't like it. She just really feels that there's no way she's going to hit those top yellow guards that won't drag and direct on their own. And so her view is that we're sitting in really good shape. It's still early in the game. Why aren't we guarding and forcing Corinne Brown to deal with the fact that there are 2 reds in the house, one of them at the back of the button?
Does that speak to maybe a couple of things? The relationship Emma's had with Rachel for so long, and the confidence that Emma also has to be able to say, hey, no, this is what I think, and this is what I think we should do. Because you have to be confident to speak up to someone like Rachel Homan with her experience and her confidence and how she feels as the skip.
Well, and the worst thing that you can do is throw a stone at a shot that you don't feel is going to work out, and that you really feel that if you make it perfectly, it's going to be a disaster. And Rachel respects that.
We saw a few times, and what a brilliant player in Laurie St. George, but there's been times for her that we've watched where maybe she did not want to play a shot, was talked into it, didn't work out, and just having that confidence, say, you know what, no, this is what I'm doing, this is what's up, and I'm going to follow my gut.
Easy half. Yes. Face down. Hard.
Sarah Colton for BC. By the high guard. Yes. On the red. Little roll inside. And they got to go because they want that yellow to be second shot rock, and it is. So very well executed by BC. Canada lies one, but BC is second shot still.
Great brushing to get that by. And now Rachel will play her shot. And let's just watch where it goes, remembering where the red stone was.
Probably just out-turn free.
Trying to open this up to get to the stone, just rolled.
Right, like it doesn't do anything. It's right where you throw it. Little thick's okay.
Big out-turn weight, Tracy Fleury. And that second yellow, bang. And Rachel was right.
But it is all where you hit that stone. It doesn't mean that Emma would have hit it in that spot, but you're right, Rachel did prove that you could hit those two and not make contact with the red stone. But for Tracy, she's opened that buried stone up, and that was the goal.
Whereas I've learned, Kathy, in the morning draw, I defer, and you're always right.
Not a chance.
You're always correct.
We do our best.
You know, we've done this for a long time, you know.
I know.
2009, and you know who made the final that year? A BC team, Marla Mallett, and Jennifer Jones, and Victoria. As BC all-time 9 Scotties titles. The last one, Kelly Scott in 2006, and then she won again as Team Canada.
Nice throw, Sarah, on your half. That was really nice. 13-5. 13-5? Yeah.
And that's something for Erin that she would love to take back, because she had so many options there to be
This one does come up a little.
8 foot, top 4, but going through the house now opens the door for Rachel through Tracy Fleury to hit to lie 3 and take any momentum away.
In a 3-1 lead for Saskatchewan, an update, and the final stone to come from Julia Weigel.
Well, for Julia Weigel, 3 is going to become her least favorite number every time we do an update and she's sitting in the hack. That's exactly the number that she's facing. The good news is it is wide open, looking for the nose hit.
In our feature, it's now Team Canada lying the 3 without hammer. And this time Weigel, right on the nose. And there's her 1, so a 3-2 lead for Saskatchewan. So Erin here trying to make amends. Can lock one on that red stone, trying to find the hearts.
Well, BC's got so much to work with here. The ability to get on top of those stones. They're all behind the tee line.
And maybe just a touch too much
heavy.
weight, yeah.
Just heavy again.
Okay, good to knock her in here.
I don't think a whole lot, no. What weight are you throwing?
Do you like this with board?
Sure. Are you trying to nose it?
Well, we can get like here, it's tough for her to freeze us. Okay? Well, if we're here, they're going to hit and roll over.
But then they're behind tee, I guess. But Whatever you think.
Okay. I think it's like I can come and pick it through this way, right?
Okay. Okay, board weight.
Where do you want to go? I like board.
Okay.
Either way, she's drawing.
Yeah, so
If I'm
whatever
here and
moves
she
you, that's
freezes,
what
I can cap it and it's not two, right?
Okay, so trying to roll under.
I think so.
Well, for Rachel
Try and go,
Homan,
like all the way over.
we had heard
That's
rumblings.
okay.
Maybe she's not playing as good as she has in the past. The bottom two numbers this week, 81 and 80%. First of all, those are great numbers out of Scotties for a skip. But in the beginning of the week, all the teams were learning the ice. It got flat and really struggled on Friday night. Saturday, the ice changed before they sharpened the stones. But when they did, look at the last
much
four.
weight?
High 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I like that.
When ice moves and there's comfort from the
Just
last
keep it
rock
clean
throwers,
down, and that's
this
fine.
woman in the
Okay.
hack
I think I need
is
just
the
a
best.
little bit of ice, yeah.
How are you going to throw it?
I think straight through.
Wow,
Right?
1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, and 5. So a mittful with one stone to come from PEI. So good on Krista McCarville, really applying the pressure over on Sheet B.
And when you see this many rocks, you also assume that Team PEI, because they are trailing by 3, left a lot of granite in play to freeze to, but there are no other red stones, so this is a draw, needs the hearts.
Veronica Main throws the 4th rock for Prince Edward Island. You see in our feature the tap for Rachel as Canada lies the 4.
Oh boy.
That is a tough time to be light, and that is the steal of 5. And Kathy, what did we talk about off the top?
It's just been one of those weeks of big point swings.
Yeah, up and down. I don't remember any Scotties in recent memory that we've seen a 7 scored, big steals in games. We've had it all here in Thunder Bay.
Yeah, we were thinking that.
Back 8, back 12. Kind of
Yeah. Sounds good. Like a 14
like that,
or so?
Peru?
I think so. Should be close.
So Corinne needs to find a way to manufacture the skipper's
Try and roll
deuce
under.
here in 5.
Sorry? Roll under?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got
But has some options, has that high center guard, and needs a real good one here.
She does. She knows this path, though, because she's asked Erin to go there twice. She saw Rachel just throw there. Trying to throw soft enough weight that she will get the curl, get to the nose, tap it back a little bit, and roll underneath the guard.
You saw those numbers. Yet to throw a draw in the first 5 here.
Stay close. Go, Sam. Go, Sam. Get to the line.
Sam Fisher, carve it over,
Roll it in the red.
and no roll, but she is shot stone.
13-9.
And there's a wall of red now
There
behind
is.
the tee line.
Not bad. Good throw. Nice feed, Corinne.
Yeah.
It's basically like in line. Okay. Same throw? Yeah, you want to hit
Like just
high?
high?
Yeah. Just high. A little less weight. Okay. That's less ice, yeah. Oh, it's the same ice, right? You're doing end to end. Yeah, I can keep it there. Hey, you got to reach.
So throwing quieter weight, you would be tempted to throw a lot of weight and pick it out, but it is a very straight spot, and it is not without risk to do that.
Little moment. No. Whoa. Curl.
Girl, you can go. It's really floating outwards.
Really needs to curl. Curl.
You go thin?
Really needs to
And you don't want to jam it. There's that one red stone. And wow,
That's
a
exactly
rare mistake from Rachel Homan. And what an opportunity for Brown. You don't see this very often. You have to capitalize here and pull yourself within
really
1.
Surprising, to be honest.
The weight was good. It was just a little heavy. It was just. Do you think like a 15?
And this, Kathy, we saw the
sweep.
graphic, her first draw.
Let's go.
But you got backing, you got the red wall back there as well. That'll help you.
Speed feels nice and quick. You got it. Take your time.
Corinne is a really good drawer, and even though she hasn't made a draw this game yet, she's got good advice from her brushers about what it is.
Whoa, big at.
Max,
Whoa.
Max.
Whoa.
Well, I guess the pro miss would be to not be late. You have the backing. You got some reds back there.
Weight's good. Hold it.
Final stone in 5. She's got one in her back pocket. Needs the pair.
Okay. Just back for it.
Very nice. That's the way to go to the break.
You know what, Kathy? She's 100% on draws. So there you go. There's that. A big 2. Homan leads by 1 with Hammer when we come back. What a shot of the harbor here in Thunder Bay on the shores of Lake Superior. So much going on here in Thunder Bay. You have Lakehead University, Confederation College, and the Terry Fox Memorial Lookout is also here, where he had to abandon his run. Just a Canadian legend. These are Canadian legends as well. Rachel Homan, what a run it has been. She's chasing after her 5th Scotties title all time. And Kathy, it brings us to the numbers here after 5.
Well, the scoreboard is getting a lot closer, but Rachel Homan set the tone in the first end when she made a key shot. And that jam in the last end, though, coming over and jamming onto Corinne Brown's, Corinne capitalized. That's why we're in a really close game. I wanted to look at the leads this morning. We knew that Sam Fisher was in first place overall. Sarah Wilkes was in 8th, but the plus, the Sarah Wilkes that we expected to see is back. That is a huge set of numbers, a plus for her so far in this game.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. Coach Jim Cotter looking on as BC down by 1. 6-10 next.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
Let's flash back 2013, the Canadian Juniors, and there is a young Corinne Brown winning the championship over Shannon Burchard in that final. She was a Sydney Fraser, and also part of this team. On that team was Aaron and Samantha. Big celebration there, all smiles, very cool stuff. And when you look at skips that have skipped a championship in this particular field, look at the names down the list here, Kathy. That is awesome.
Well, and the struggle that I think we always face right now are, will these players that win and go to a Canadian championship and win a Canadian championship stay with the game? These players all have. Andrea Kelly here as 3rd for Krista McCarville. Caitlin, we've seen her. Rachel, of course. Jocelyn Peterman. These are really, really great players. And Selena Sturmey, of course, out there on the ice this morning. And interestingly enough, she's playing against Melissa Adams, who won in 1998. So these great junior champions, to look at Andrea, they have stayed with the game and are still at the top of their game.
And that win in 2013, that was in Fort McMurray. In 3rd place, you know, Shannon Burchard lost the final. 3rd place that year in 2013, Jamie Sinclair. And in 4th place that year, Sarah Colton. So, I mean, to your point, Kathy, just those names continue to blossom, and now showing off here at the Scotties all these years later here in Thunder Bay.
You know, when we see these people win Canadian juniors and go on to a Worlds, whether they win it or not, that just shows that from a very young age, they were elite, that they knew what it took to win. And when you go to a World Championship, when you win, you really know what it takes to win. And when you don't, it should light a fire under you to say, I want to be better.
Weight's good. Line's good. Top 8. Weight only. Top 4. Room.
So a rare mistake there from Rachel Homan in that 5th end. And more importantly, it's taking advantage, and that's what Brown was able to do to score her 2. So here in 6, Canada leads by 1 with Hammer. throwing the red rocks.
It's like max curl, like 8 foot in.
I know.
Oh boy.
Line up the double.
I think we run.
So an update from the fifth end. We talked about those former Canadian junior champs. Well, here they are. Adams, Sturmey in a 4-4 tie.
It's hard to see. Okay, so it is yellow for sure. That is shot. And so that is Selena. Playing off from the wings.
Selena Sturmey trying to take the in off. I think she wanted to come on the inside, not the outside, Kathy.
I think they played the audible, but she got her single.
And it's amazing, you know, the longevity of the sport for Melissa Adams. Those two won their junior championships 21 years apart.
Okay, that's fine. Do we ever guard?
No, I like this. Get rid of one. Do you like that? 10-5?
What kind of weight, sorry? 10-5. You guys like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, whatever you're seeing.
Sarah with the in-turn. Trying to remove some red granite. By the guard. She'll jam the red. Shooter rolls in.
Oh, very nice.
And behind cover. So it is BC. Lying the 3 without here in 6.
Just popped that little bit extra. Good throw.
I'm going crazy there. Okay. Oh, wait, you got it, Em.
Emma cannot see all of this, but needs to hit the part that she can see.
Curl.
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 Hard.
Curl.
All 3 moving.
Go. Good job. Okay, good. Really good.
Really good. Gets all of that granite out of the 4-foot. If Rachel has to draw on last rock, she now has space.
This way.
I think the outturn will, like, the outturn's kind of nice.
Push that Yellowstone on the far
The
left,
outturn's kind of a nice, like it's a nicer curl.
far enough out that the red out counts it. Really good result.
Or you think speed's still good here, hey?
I think speed will be
15-2.
good. It's felt nice on my guard.
Okay.
Line's good.
Top 4. Top 4.
Line's good.
Oh yeah, line's great.
Hard line. Line's good. Right here. Yep, hard line.
One line.
Gotta be fully. Gotta be fully. Whoa. Just go wait and stop. Go wait and stop. Just touching 4. Good.
And that is Barry. That is touching 4.
Guys.
That's a
Really
great
nice
shot.
draw weight, yeah.
And really great for Erin. Just heavy on both of hers last end. They would have had a chat about that at the 5th end break, and way to dial it in when
Yeah,
is
this should
asked to
come
in the
up a little
6th.
in here. Just a touch. Closer.
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Hard. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it.
And Tracy will
Great shot, Trace.
get
Real
both
great.
yellows, opens it up.
Well, that's the bonus for Tracy. For sure wanted to peel that center guard,
Great shot.
hoping to clip the top 4 stone, but did get the roll over to the corner and also managed to pick out one of the BC stones going
My
by.
first rock is a little
Do you
tight.
have
Or come around.
Sure. Whatever you like. Okay. Top 8. Yeah.
Top 4 line.
Top 4 depth. Top 4
Top
depth.
4.
Okay. You got it.
For Corinne Brown, she could guard the shot stone, but if you don't make the guard perfectly, what she is starting to worry about is the fact that second shot is buried and does belong to Rachel Homan. And so that is why she's asking Erin to play the come around. If it were the 10th end, she'd be throwing a guard.
T-line, back 4. Line's good. Never. It's 14.
A lot of rotation. And a tough one. Made a great draw with her first and heavy with her second.
14-1.
All right. Okay. Thought it was closer in my hand. Or that, I guess.
I think they're just going to freeze if we do that. If we roll a foot this way, they can't freeze.
Yeah.
Right?
That was my first
My
thought.
side.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like roll out on my side's better than a nose.
Okay. Control. Nose is the only thing we can't.
Okay,
And the reason they're
control.
saying the nose is the only thing you can't
got
do
it.
is if you take that stone and put a stone in front of it, you're creating a double opportunity to lie 3 for BC. And so we'll try to roll to the wing on the other side to lie 2, but fully separated.
Yes! Little light.
Great effort here. Emma Miskew on the brush. And
Good, nice shot.
Very
Cams
nice.
on the
Really
back
good.
yellow, but they do lie 2 now with hammer and 6.
Nice shot.
Great shot, Tracy. It was a 10-8.
Okay.
Great brushing by Emma and Sarah. They have the
Do you like a- do you
perfect
like a 9-5 with
physique
that?
for brushers. They are tall.
of
We
curl
know
here.
now that a lot of the strength comes from that extra height. Very fit.
I hope so, yeah. Yeah.
You can see they're both very, very tall and lean. They put a lot of pressure on the brooms. Their head position
Just to try
is
to get
in
a
the
little
exact
flatter
right
roll.
spot to maximize the pressure.
Okay, you got it.
Do you like that broom?
They get great results.
Yeah, nice throw here. Let's go.
And you know where those shots are made? They're made in the gym. There's a lot of work behind the scenes we don't see.
You are 100% right, Muddy. And you can think you're in shape, but then when you come to an event like this where it is 10 ends that you don't play all season, you're playing 8 unless you're playing in a provincial championship.
Yep.
And if you're not in great shape, boy, by day Wednesday, you're in trouble.
All the way, 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 all the way. Go, 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 go.
And the shooter will roll.
Keep going. Very nice.
Nibbles the 4. Still wide open though.
So close. Good throw.
Close.
Good toss.
Really close for Corinne.
Hot. Pardon me? Hot.
We're rolling like to back. Maybe a sliverberry or a little.
Groups them at least, right? Like
Yeah.
hit and roll on your
As
neck.
the person who's going to be rolling it backy. Ideal?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think it's going to run?
Very straight.
Yeah, I think it'll be gradual.
I'm going straight through here. This looks like max ice to me.
I think that looks a good ice
I
for
like
half.
it, right?
They just threw a 14 and it didn't curl at all.
High of
Rachel
center.
trying to
Mine
roll
was here,
away
and
from
my
that
guard's
mix.
Kind of in between where those were, so I think this is close. You got it.
Up to speed.
Yeah.
Good pressure here as we update sheet C in the 6th end from Julia Weigel. Tough draw coming up here for Saskatchewan and Nancy Martin.
Yeah, I think it's 2 for sure, arguably 3 that Nancy is facing. Needs full 8 bite of the 4 to score a single.
In our feature, Rachel Homan removes the yellow right on the hearts. And back to the update sheet.
Wait only.
The line is good. Now it's just got to stop in time. Has to sit and slides just too far.
That was overbrushed.
1-0.
And they could have left it for that little tick if they needed to, Kathy, but it's a steal of 1 and a 3-3 game after 6. You see the losses, 3 and 3 for Martin. Cannot afford loss number 4.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Her first time at the Scotties skipping.
Okay, just a 10 here.
And leading
Okay.
team Saskatchewan had a birthday a couple days ago.
Okay. You've seen this spot before?
Do you like that broom?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
for
do.
the roll, I like it. Let's get
Hey,
a
you got
good
a
roll
crit?
here. Let's go.
So similar shot for Corinne, trying to roll left as we look at it.
You want to roll, you want to be shot stone, otherwise it's an easy pair for Canada.
Yeah! 10-2!
Hard, Sarah. Hard. Real close.
Corinne Brown, her final stone,
Okay.
avoids the jam, but it will be the open hit and potential 2 here for Rachel Homan.
Same that we've seen here
We've
before.
seen this line a bunch. Yep, you got it.
It is
It's
amazing,
straight
you know,
in
the
before.
talent in her release and how she can deliver the stone. Like, to see the broom there just dead center on a rock to make the hit.
Well, it's because of how Rachel throws. The average person cannot take that broom and make the shot just because they would get some curl. It is that set combined with the number of rotations as the rock goes down. As you're looking at it, you won't see that much rotation on most teams, but it keeps the stone straight.
Has a catcher, and yeah, needed it a little bit. That's all right. Got away with it and scores the 2. Nice rebound end for Team Canada, as again they lead by 3.
We belong and feel like we belong, and it's where we're supposed to be. You know, we're supposed to be playing with the top teams in the world. We know we can play with them, we can beat anyone, and we're just where we're supposed to be.
The field seems to be very familiar from the last few years, and we know that we have to bring our very best game every single game. We're just going to really focus on ourselves and what we can control and go out there and embrace every moment.
What a game they had last night, Kathy. That comeback win for Carrie Anderson against Kate Cameron, down by 5. Keeps their hopes alive. They got to win again against Christina Black, a 4-1 record. And full credit Nova Scotia. They could be 5-0.
Yes, they could.
They really could. So 2 Eastern time, critical game. Pool B, Vic Rauter, Russ Howard, Joanne Courtney, Kathy Gauthier will have you covered. Here's the updated standings. Homan, a chance to go 6-0. Remember, top 3 will make it. In Pool B, Black on top with Inglis at 4-1. And it's the head-to-head matchup. If Anderson loses to Black, that's another team that they lost to ahead of them in the standings. And again, there's no tiebreaker games. It's the head-to-head, then it's last stone draw to the button. So, I mean, it's Wednesday, it's critical, Kathy. You know the deal. Top 3 each side qualify.
Well, and Carrie Anderson has a really tough road. She still has Ontario left and Caitlin Laws. Neither of those teams are going to fold their tent because they're both in contention. But Carrie Anderson looked like Carrie Anderson last night. That team is still gelling, but Carrie was on fire, and that's what she's going to need to continue to roll to qualify.
In our feature, Canada, nice bounce back, 2-6. So here in 7, BC's down by 3 with Hammer throwing the yellow rocks, and this one coming from Sarah Colton.
And BC in great shape in this end. They've got a corner guard. They've got one buried.
Halfway. Tight.
Yeah, hard then. Yep. Hard.
You know, in the conversation I had with Jim Cotter, their coach, before the game, again, the one thing you have not seen with this team is all the hard work behind the scenes. Be aggressive, working on their strategy, trusting in Jim, too, and what he's trying to teach the team as well. And, you know, it's paid off so far this year, Scotties. A lot of teams are going to have a tough game against Team Canada and Rachel Homan. Just try to stay in it, keep it close, get 2 more here with Hammer, and stay within striking distance. It's all you can ask.
Well, and Jim is really invested. He's from the same place as Corinne. They're from Kamloops, and this is not just to put somebody on the bench. This is somebody who's really committed to helping these BC women get better.
He loves it too, Kathy. You know, and just talking with him, he loves coaching. He's evolved, he admits, too, as a coach. He just had a great run and experience with his daughter playing the mixed doubles in the Canadian trials. That was won by Glant and Peterman, but he said that was awesome. They just missed out, you know, in getting to the playoffs, and now he's here coaching BC.
Well, the interesting thing is that he's got his binoculars pointed at the exit. The ice is the other way, Jimmy. But he was going next door and scouting to see what rocks Nancy Martin's team is throwing. He's very, very involved in the sport and has made a huge contribution to it in BC.
Spent a few years coaching Japan as well. He said one of the weirdest things, we talked about Rachel Homan and John Morris playing in mixed doubles together at the Olympics. When they played Japan, a timeout was called. He had to come out, right? And it's against his buddy Johnny Moe, who, I mean, man, they had great success. They lost a Brier final, a trials final together. He said it was a little bit weird being Canadian and in that moment, but he does love the coaching side for sure.
Yeah, it looks like a natural half to me. Yeah.
Rachel just making sure Tracy can see enough past the guard to get to the inside to make the double.
Well, Tracy's, you know, been a hired gun for a lot of teams, playing for Ontario, Northern Ontario. Remember Manitoba, Team Wildcard, when it was in Thunder Bay last.
Hard to get by your own.
Oh, wow. What a shot. And she ever settled it. I mean, what a weapon she's been since joining Team Canada, and Rachel Homan as well.
First one was really shot, Tracy. Yeah, I know. I was surprised that curled that much. I haven't seen one curl like that. I know. It was also heavy. Like, yeah. Good sign. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, great shot, and she stays right there. And so now for Corinne and her team to use the corner guard, they have to loop around the stone, just thrown by Tracy.
Line's good. Line's good. Yeah, line. Where? Top four. Hard line. Here. Hard line. Just to it.
Hard, you gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, nice weight. They'll lock it on. As Canada still lies to 2.
Nice sweep. Good. That's good. I can hit and
Great
roll
brush
now. Yeah.
by Sam and Sarah.
Scary. You just want to peel.
Just straight peel.
But if it never jams, then I don't. I think it can. Just peel.
Do you like peeling it?
Playing the scoreboard, you're up 3.
This should just run straight. It's
You're
not
lying
falling.
2. And you'd love to get rid of the
Little fix,
stone
okay.
just thrown by Aaron, but there's no point trying to be cute with it and wind up jamming and giving your opponent 2 just yet. So you peel the guard, something that you can pick out if the Brown team does not make a good shot.
Gotta go. Hard. Keep going. You're good. Good. Yeah, just get it all the way out. Thanks. Good shot, Tracy. That's good, Tracy. Nice shot. Nice throws. Thanks. And like rolling big. It's just so hard to get such separation on this ice with like.
And I don't think we leave a double.
I don't think we leave a double if you do this. Yeah. But like if I knows, she knows is when are we gonna
Come down here if you're talking.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, go talk to her.
That's a great call by Corinne. She can see everybody having a chat. She doesn't know what it's all about, and you can't yell up and down, and you've got the time.
I don't hate the freeze. I was wondering about sitting 2-3. Just like this, if I know, she knows. Like, when are
I
we
don't
gonna
like that.
have a
Nose, I
shot?
don't like. I think you're either like the freeze or you're trying to roll big.
Okay.
Totally 2-3.
What do you prefer?
I'm good with either. I just think. I don't think the nose is the call. She just freezes us. Like then I guess we hit and roll. That's kind of tough to stay shot. I don't think you're gonna be buried if you're still shot.
If you play this.
I don't like. That's not my. I don't like that. I think we're either playing that or you're freezing.
Okay. What do you like then?
I'm fine with hit and roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'd rather that than freeze. Yeah.
10-5.
Okay. Think we'll roll far enough?
We can go 10.
I think we need more than a 10-5
Do you like
to get
10 better to
I
get
think we
10?
need to throw a little bit of weight at it. 10. Yeah.
So hitting this stone, and then the key is making sure that you roll and have some separation.
All right, roll the shooter. Okay, let's go.
I'm not sure about the freeze either. They had talked about the freeze. Erin wasn't liking the shot, and I'm not convinced that it's the right call. And also, she's been a little bit up and down with draw weight. And if you're going to play the freeze, you have to feel confident that you can put it there.
Hard. Yep. Clean. Hard. Yep.
Erin Pinchot here in 7. There's the hit. Wants some separation. Don't want to line up that double, and that's pretty flat.
So
she's got that big weight. Is this the double? You think she's got
sure
this?
Is.
Yeah. She definitely has that in her toolbox. Rachel Homan, the big weight, that great rotation, throws it so straight.
Make the double.
Yeah.
And you talked about, Kathy, the ice changing at times early on. The houses were pretty dead in the sense that it wouldn't move, or as you say, scooch over.
Looks like then half
And
gets
it's
it too.
got to move that red off that center. Pardon me, the red to the yellow, and move that yellow quite a bit.
We're not seeing any flattening out. I would say that sheet A is the sheet that we tend to see that on the most still.
Nothing yet. Rachel Homan. Got one, got two. Of course she does. What a double. Made it look easy.
Nice shot.
She has so much strength. So Rachel is a fitness junkie for sure. So she really spends a lot of time in the gym, and it's all leg drive. When she thrusts out of the hack, it's not a huge shove with her hand. Her force is coming from the hack. This is huge weight and thrown very pure.
The one thing, Kathy, I don't think is talked about enough, and she doesn't get enough credit for.
Yeah.
She's a super woman and mom. She's got 3 young ones at home. And you know what, all under the ages of around 5, and I think Riot's her oldest, and to have all that going on is pretty impressive, and still competing at such a high level. As we check in on sheet C now, Saskatchewan, Nancy Martin. And once again, good on Julia Weigel and Nunavut applying some pressure here in a 3-3 game.
And it was all threes that Julia Weigel faced in the first part of the game. And in the last number of ends, it's all been threes that Nunavut has been lying. And Nancy Martin needing to draw to the 4-foot against 3 to take a 1-point edge. Will they get it there? Great brushing.
And they will.
Good fight by Nunavut this morning.
The great Amber Hall in the last skip to win the Scotties out of Saskatchewan. And after having some rocks in play, it's turned around quickly here in 7. A beautiful double from Rachel Homan. And now wanting to split the rings and try force BC.
I don't want it to be too deep, but I think it's pretty good. Glide in pretty nice. Stay down. Easy. 5. Whoa. 15. It's heavy.
No, Kathy, when you played, you won 3 Scotties, and you juggled having young kids and dragging them to the rink and to practice. And when Jennifer Jones announced she was stepping away from the game, yes, the wins and her fiery competitiveness, it's what was respected by all her competitors. But one thing a lot of them talked about is the fact that she could be a mom and have the family stuff and able to juggle that all and still be so competitive for so long. And you're seeing Rachel Homan do that as well right now.
Well, I think one of my favorite stories about Rachel the mom is in the points bet this year. It was over Halloween, and she played her game and then raced home so that she could take her 3 kids out. She posted a picture. They were all in superhero costumes, and you don't want to miss the most important parts of your life, which can be a mom, it can be a career, but it can also be curling. But juggling it, that is something that is a definite skill. And so for Corinne Brown, looking for the 4-foot, and she will become a mom in the next couple of months. We wish Corinne all the best with that new adventure.
Has the backing and needs the backing, has to stick around and will. So a good shot there for the single. As BC forced to the 1. Team Canada leads by 2 with hammer when we begin end number 8. Welcome back to Thunder Bay. Wednesday, as our Scotties coverage continues here on TSN. This is a critical day. By tonight, we should have a pretty good feel of the top 3 in each pool. Canada leads here 6-4 with hammer. Throwing the red rocks, lead stones for Team Canada from Sarah Wilkes.
Line's great. Yep. For line. Yep. Wait there. Yes.
I don't want to.
It is amazing too, Kathy, the consistency since we saw Rachel Homan come on the scene. She's only missed the podium twice in her Scotties career, her first ever appearance, and then a couple years back in Kamloops.
Really good. Oh boy. Good Ethan.
Well, Sarah Wilkes was one of the stories coming in. One game in particular, she was really frustrated, but they kept giving her stones that weren't matched. So you're having to deal with that. Both numbers really, really good from the leads. And you can see it's a great example here where Sam Fisher put 2 very good guards, both touching the center line in front of the house. Sarah Wilkes has 2 great draws, both in front of the tee line.
Line's good.
Great performance by the leads.
Line, yeah, our line, our line. Line's good, line's good. Wait only. Room. Straight, 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 straight,
Wait's
straight,
good.
straight, straight, straight.
We're there for weight.
Hard. Keep
Good.
going.
Very nice.
Good
Good one.
15-9.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
More updates for you now inside Fort William Gardens here in Thunder Bay. It's New Brunswick and Alberta in a battle there, and a close one on sheet A.
Well, it is New Brunswick that is lying 1 right now. The question is, how do you get in there? And very precise. Needed. Full forefoot if she's going to score 2.
Melissa Adams, final stone here in 7. Got to get by that red and
just rub the backside.
But don't quit on it. Watch this, Kath. A little bit of a last-minute turn in. So 1 for sure.
Line's good.
You can see Jacqueline Crandall looking it over. And after a bit of a look,
I think it's 1, but you can look.
and they would check it over, it'd be just the 1. So 1 on the board and a 5-5 tie after 7. As you can see, Selena Sturmey, who had a great run last year in Calgary,
Yes,
trying to
she
get
did.
back to the playoffs.
Selena's a great example of someone who came out and just had a bit of a shaky first game, and then you're just chasing because it's not only win-loss, it's who you lost to, and that can really hurt you.
Well, we covered that Battle of Alberta, and you know what's really exciting for that province? You look at Sturmey and Skurlik. My goodness, she's made some incredible shots. The future is really bright as we look at the numbers here for the seconds. And, you know, for Emma Miskew, that's not usual numbers for her. What a morning for Sarah. But it goes back to one of her storylines, Kathy. Maybe you don't got your best stuff, but guess what happens? Team Canada, someone else picks you up, has a great game, makes the shots. The only percentage that matters is your wins at the end of the day. That's it.
And it also feeds to the storyline about the great performance of the front end from BC. We saw Sam Fisher's numbers really good, and Sarah Colton clearly winning that battle at second. So that tells you again that Corinne Brown's team has been in really good shape after the front end has thrown. Well, that over curled, and so the double opportunity to peel now presents itself.
Just straight. How about just straight peel with the intern?
Why wouldn't we play this?
Okay.
okay. We're just opening it up for them, and I risk jamming it in too.
You're hitting it thick.
Little thin's okay.
Okay.
Tracy's concern is that if she comes across the top of the closer guard, it will come straight back.
Clean, yep. Whoa. Yep.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yep. Hard.
Hard out, hard.
Back up.
Push, hard.
Good. Nice shot.
Flips them both.
And with hammer and a 2-point edge, those are shots that you just have to throw. And this is where the difference is and has been consistent for Tracy Fleury, out-shooting her opponent. And we've seen the draws for Erin. That has been a bit of a struggle today, as BC will take a timeout.
Do we throw another out turn?
And Coach Jim Cotter will come out.
Are we hooking it now?
Yeah, the way this curls, my first thought is we hook around this. Yeah, that's hooked pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Like you could probably get on the button buried the way this comes in. And even if it slides, like the ideal back there is fine, right?
Yeah.
'Cause then we'd have another one coming in there.
Okay.
You like that?
Sure. Yeah.
What are you thinking for ice?
We take max. I
bet you can even. So Rachel took out here and got
And
to
it went here,
there around that wide corner.
Curled it,
And I think the further out you go here, the shell.
Okay, I can go with there then.
I think the speed will be close to the same.
Yeah, you can even.
At the end too.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, a lot. Like I just regular
I think
draw weight, I think.
So for Jim, he's saying you loop around. You've got lots of room, and if you're deep enough, then what you've got a chance to do on the next stone is loop in. And the biggest thing is the way those two red stones are set up. If you get behind, they're really difficult for Rachel Homan to get to your stone. And if she does, she's going to have to blast her own.
Okay, you got it.
Erin Pincott out of Kamloops.
I thought it was down.
Yeah, line.
Yeah, we got it. Yep. Split her up. Whoa, guard.
Just a guard then.
It's really diving. Yeah.
It's a 3.
Just clean it. A little bit, Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah, hard, Sarah. Hard, Sarah.
That's
hard, Sarah. Hard, Sarah.
Good.
Just not having the feel this morning.
Like light kick? I thought it was light. Yeah, okay. I never thought like T-line really. Okay. Yeah, I thought it looked closer. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I was like, we see that over there.
And a good discussion, because is it possible Erin has a slower rock? Sure it is. But you heard Sam say, no, I thought you were just light out of your hand. Sometimes you just need to know, is it my kick speed? Is it the rock?
Nice shot. Good.
Right? Like it was.
I know it timed really big.
I can take more,
Surprised us a little,
but for weight though, right? Like that's.
Yeah, no, I mean the speed surprised it, but I think like.
Oh, we can take a bit more ice, but I think we also have to just throw more too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Probably like mid-14s, probably.
See what they think.
That's a great call, Erin. See what they think.
I didn't get a good read on that one.
If you're not sure on draw weight.
Watching the logos, I'm like, this is gonna go.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like when Sarah threw this out here, it looked like she kicked quite big.
Okay, Erin's like she finished it really nice. There's a bit more
I think you
ice.
do have to finish it nice.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Let's go. Let's make it good.
So for Corinne going quite far out there.
You got the stopwatch out, Kathy.
Sure
Let's
do.
do it. Hog to hog.
Well, it's 15 down the middle, but I think she's going to need about 14.5 out here.
Rim! Back 8! Line's good. It's going to be you. Line's great. Always Sarah. Line's good. Back 4.
That's 14.2.
Sarah trying to knife it over, get some more curl.
Also slow it down a little bit.
14-1. Okay. So Vic, you're out there. Yeah.
Player comparisons are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
And we talked about Rachel's numbers coming in, that since the rocks have been sharpened, her lowest was about 86, I believe, and this is the trend up. And for Corinne Brown, it's the draw number. Same with Erin.
It's very specific. Or you could try to draw here.
Just
and
that little bit off.
Again, that's pretty specific.
Yeah. Like, I like this, but I also like, I know.
Just different weights, right?
Yeah, you can't
like back
see much of it, but if you go by it, I guess you're...
We just don't want to put one like here.
No, I think if she freezes to me, I can pick her up.
Yeah.
I don't think she can get under.
Yeah, she's going to try to, like, bury more.
Try to go here?
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the straight draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
We know the speed. Like 15 to
Pretty much her line.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. She's like careful with her. Okay. Very similar to what you threw last time to top 8. That'll be close. Okay. Do you want that rock? Yes.
So as Rachel prepares to deliver, we'll update you on Saskatchewan-Nunavut one more time. A 4-3 advantage for Nancy Martin.
Well, for Nancy Martin, she was hitting a stone that belonged to Nunavut, 3/4 buried, was hoping that her shooter would stay in the house, but it rolled out. And so this is the exact same shot that Julia threw on her first. She went around a guard and was in the
like a little bit less.
back of the house, and that's what she faces now. Really tough to blank because it's mostly buried. So trying to get the single needs to be better than full 8-foot.
Yes! Make sure!
As we watch Rachel trying to come down to the back stone.
And Rachel Homan, a little tap, and they will lie the 3, and that's good enough for the single. For this team out of the Iqaluit Curling Club in Nunavut. So a close one there over on sheet C.
Like 3 feet less. Yeah.
Just a pound less weight.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Just a hair less ice.
Okay, I like that too.
So Corinne had good weight. They thought that it would maybe swoop a little bit more and did not.
Maybe
So
light and leave a guard
a
too.
little tighter.
That's fine.
Yeah, I was only 8 feet off. I thought it would be a little stickier out there.
Needs a good one here. Maybe a game saver in 8 for Corinne Brown.
We're there. Live guy! Top 4! Yeah. I think we're there. Live guy! Yep. Yep. Yeah, line! Real! T-line! Real! T-line! Sarah!
Weight looks pretty close. Sarah Colton trying to carve it in, get buried behind those reds. And what a nice, lovely draw there from Corinne Brown.
Great shot for Corinne. Tightens the ice, gets the weight just perfectly.
I was like, I don't want it to go too far back.
And that might be a game saver.
Good. I don't think it's there.
Just try to draw it on top. Do you have like a...
Do you have a sliver?
Yeah, we have a little piece.
Do you want to pick?
Our first final on this Wednesday morning, PEI in Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville. My goodness, 15-2 is the final, and 15 points in one game as they shake after 8, ties the highest score in one game. And Krista's probably going to ask the officials, hey, can we take some of this offense and spread it around to earlier in the week? Man, good for them though. You know what, Kathy? Tough start, 0-4, and they're not going away. They're scrapping, and they're keeping their hopes alive.
Just wondering if it's easier. No, it's only like top 4. Okay.
So this is Rachel's attempt to just pick this stone out.
Here. Just a hair more weight.
Just trying to get the kind of weight she just threw and just
almost the same weight,
clip it
Similar.
out of the 4-foot.
Would you ever think, Kathy, in a 6-4 game, take your single, lead by 3, or is this just the style that Rachel plays?
Well, it's really tough to take the single because of the guard on the other side. I don't know that it'll curl enough by it to get to the hearts. I think this is the only shot she has.
Final stone in 8. Right now a stolen point for BC, and it's going to wreck on the front. Audible. Oh, a little more weight. Maybe you squirt that enough, but what a draw from Brown. Mark that one.
Great shot.
It was a must make. It was a great draw. Steals one, and within one of the defending champs. That was a massive draw for Corinne Brown and Team BC. Able to steal that point. She's been great when it comes to steals all week long. One of the championship leaders in a 6-5 game. So it's Rachel Homan, Team Canada, up by 1 with Hammer here in 9, throwing the Red Rocks. And a nice one. Samantha Fisher right on the hearts.
15. Okay.
Well, a huge shot from Corinne Brown. This game is very much still within reach. If she doesn't bury that, the potential was 4 for Homan. It would have been lights out, but now it's a whole different ball game. Gives BC that extra pep.
Right now the Scotties. Team Canada, Rachel Homan on a 16-game winning streak. The longest ever was 22 straight games back in 2013 to 2015, set by Homan. 22 in a row as we update Adam, Sturmey, sheet A.
Well, it is Selena and her team that are shot stone, but you can see that the Adam stone is full, almost 4 foot, so looking for a full 4 for the second point. And it would be great for this Alberta team to crack the deuce and take the lead. But Melissa Adams has made it very hard for the team from Alberta to score multiple points. Only once so far this game.
She had a 7-1 record at one point in Calgary last year. What a draw for 2. Qualified for the playoffs, lost to Kate Cameron. Was just 1 win shy of the semifinal in Calgary and trying to get back for another opportunity. And that's a great draw as she leads by 2.
Straight. Hard. Straight.
T-line. Hard.
Oh, wow. Good. Okay, I curled a 10.
Did.
Good.
15-4.
Okay.
Nice weight, Sarah.
I shouldn't have. I was just like, hers really is really hanging. Yeah.
Good shot by Sarah. You could hear the brushers talking about how it curled and wondering if that center line might be getting that little bit flat as we're in the 9th end. Something to keep an eye on. It didn't change the weight or the speed of the stone, but it did make it finish that little bit extra.
Nice peel from Emma.
Thanks.
Split center's okay?
Sorry?
Splitting center's okay?
Yep. Halfway. Okay, let's go.
Minimum add. I think you're high.
Little tight for line.
High half.
Yep.
Line's good.
Yep, hard, Aaron.
Line's good.
Keep it
Curled it.
And that will be in Kelowna, BC. The Montana's Briar beginning Friday night.
Okay.
Brad Gushu
That's fine. Oh.
going for his 7th title all time.
This is the straight peel. Corinne Brown would love to get another guard up there if she can, but Rachel Homan has no interest in that.
Okay. Nice halfway. Let's go. Yeah, it's nice and quick, Kieran. Flip center. Yeah.
shot stone right now, Team Canada, as BC continues to guard.
Yeah, 2.5. Halfway, tight.
Line's good.
Halfway.
On its own, I think.
Gotta sit for line. Has to sit.
Max for 3, I think.
3.
Just clean, light clean.
So 3 is the
Light
zone
clean.
in the ice, in the zone system, which would be about, where's 3, Kathy? About
Right
there?
now.
That's
Yeah.
really short.
Yeah.
So it drifts in. It'll
16-4.
touch top 12, but does guard the forefoot.
Forward.
Forward. I don't.
Do we need a cap? Like, do we need to keep
I thought if we just got a hair on Emma's side, they're all gone.
Do we want to use our timeout here?
I don't think so. This was my first thought.
Okay, board weight.
If we run it in there and don't hit the exact piece.
Okay, forward weight, Trace, you got it.
So you can hear
hold
the
it.
discussion, and for Tracy Fleury, she's wondering about, you know, do we just peel this out? Because we're going to have an opportunity to get rid of a couple of the BC stones later. Rachel's asking to keep this stone around. She may be thinking I may need it to run in later.
But they kept it on that line a long time.
That's good. Nice shot.
In that spot, and rolls the shooter in, top 12.
Other way.
Like, come on, you're.
You can hold it there. It looks like it's so much of the center line.
Tighter line. Keep it out there.
So a 2 should be a little bit higher.
Over and off.
Gotta sit for line.
They don't want this one as deep, as you can hear, over and off.
I think the weight was good, but she might have been a little tight out of her hand because you heard Corinne yell right away to try to keep it out there. So just keeping it clean.
Good. Keeps going. Nice feed. Good adjustment.
I think so. I think we just peel. We could make it worse.
I know. They have to make a move in there, and then I like our chances in the house with Rachel.
Yeah.
We just have to move it.
We like the
there.
peel.
The double's there.
When Tracy used to skip, was more conservative by nature. You can see Rachel just really wants to go for it. Tracy reining her back in and saying, let's just peel.
She defers to Emma a lot, too, and getting a second voice in the hack.
Keep guarding.
Yeah.
Good feet on them.
Good.
And the feeling, I think, for Tracy Fleury is that at some point Corinne Brown is going to have to make a move on those stones. If she doesn't, she's prepared to give up at least a single to Rachel Homan. That would mean that 2 down coming home without is a 13% chance of winning.
As fast as it looks.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
It's like a 17 and change.
Well, there hasn't been a high percentage of winning against Rachel in the last 2 years overall.
But Corinne really kept her team in this, in the last end. If she doesn't make this perfectly, there's a chance for 4 for Rachel Homan, and the game is over. Took a little bit of tighter ice, used the brushers. Great judge by them, great line call, and buries this stone perfectly.
The key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together.
Like, I don't want it to go too far back. Good patience, Sammy.
So the skipper here, another guard for her team. Don't want to curl too much more than that.
And she guarded the wrong side.
It's just if we ever do that and then they do that, we're in a ton of trouble, right?
Like right now we're shot. Like if we play this, I think we play to like miss this one. Like just roll.
Well, then we
this
would
one.
plant, and that's no good.
Yeah, I just think this is helping us a bit.
If we're okay with one, we could just like do something like that.
Pardon
too.
me? Or we peel, and what's she doing?
We peel, but there's a risk she could get some good angles here.
She knows
Rachel's
it's at
gonna make a
7,
double,
and I
but-
don't think I can get them out. My first
Do we
thought
want our
is
timeout?
this. Yeah, we can call it time.
Okay,
Sure.
timeout.
And Rachel Homan's timeout.
You don't think you can, like, do you think you can throw enough, like, control, like a control weight double?
It's just if we
No,
don't.
this is never going. I need to throw, like, heel.
Serapis goes here, and then they hit and flop.
Yeah.
We're shooting.
Trace, I don't, like, if I throw peel, I can't plant it. It's impossible. This rock's in the way. I'd have to hit here, and I would drill that rock.
Yeah, but even if you just get rid of these two, they're still going to be sitting too buried.
Yeah. It's kind of all or nothing.
That was like, is she coming?
Sorry? Just tap it a hair. Tap
Here's
it a
Rochelle.
hair.
What happens if we throw a guard on that? Like, I don't think we're getting more than one.
Or we
right?
can,
Like,
I think this is a chance to get more than one.
Yeah.
Well, if I tap this, I don't see more than one.
But we'll have that.
Yeah.
The angle will be
we'll
better.
have it for 2.
Yeah. Just tap it a
like
foot.
race. We've got 30 seconds. Like, if I'm wide and I do this, it's no good.
No, you have to err on this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if I crash that and roll on, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. What kind of weight are you thinking? We know.
I think you can't tap it too far, like back 4.
Yeah. Just back 4? You just threw it. Okay, it's right here with back 4. You like that, Chase? Pardon?
So there was a number of discussions. One of them is, do we try to play this thin double across? This goes this way, this goes this way. But if you don't make that, you leave yourself in a lot of
Mine was a
trouble.
straighter rock.
So what they're trying to do now is just to remove
Yeah. What weight are you throwing?
this
Back 8?
zone, back 8, just
No,
tap
back
it back a
4.
little bit,
Okay,
even
15.
a little bit
Yeah.
harder than that.
How are you throwing it?
But they kept going back to what I think was the key point is, are we okay with scoring 1? Statistically, if you're up 2 coming home, you are disproportionately going to win most of the games. But there was always that, but I want to score more than 1. So the team needed to resolve what it is that they're after as a goal, given the situation that they're currently in.
Little light. Hard.
After the timeout, Rachel Homan, her first with hammer here in 9.
7, light, it's light. Whoa.
Okay, there's the audible now.
Here comes that yellow stone. Got to get it by that. They won't. A little rub, but watch this. They'll lock it right in the pocket.
Good grab. It curled more than we thought, for sure. Good grab.
Maybe.
The weight didn't come off, but it really took a turn. So it could have.
I think, do you go here then?
And there's that discussion. We talked about it getting a little bit flat on the center.
So Canada shot stone. In the meantime, let's update you. Sheet C in a 4-4 tie. Nancy Martin
I don't really want to
has the final stone here in 9.
And it appears that Nancy is 2, I believe. Yes, so a chance for 3 in this game. That has been a seesaw battle. But for Nancy, this is extremely precise. She cannot afford to really tap her own stone back, but has to be frozen to it in order to bring 3 into play.
Line's good. Curl. Curl. Take distance. Distance. Go. Hard. Hard.
Great scrub the entire way. Here comes that 4-foot. Here comes the tap.
Oh, great
and
shot.
how about 3? Great draw weight. And that's a bit of a game breaker right there. 3 for Saskatchewan, and they lead 7-4.
Great shot.
This is gonna,
Yeah.
probably for 2, right? Are you
Yeah.
seeing it for 2, Sam?
I'm seeing it for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we do this, does she have, or even if we hit that, is this ever for 2, or she's going to slash on the side, same thing?
Yeah. I don't think so. Like if she,
I just don't know, what is this change that,
it's the angle, so
It'll push this more.
okay. So what are we doing then?
Don't love that.
I don't like that.
Okay, what are we doing
Do you
then?
guys like this?
I kind of think so.
Do you think so, Sam? You like that, Sam?
Yeah. She's gonna have a shot, but just whether or not it ends up being for 2.
Yeah.
Roll the center?
I don't think there's any
10-5?
way
I don't like
get shot
touching
in
the stuff in the middle.
I agree.
And so the reason you might be thinking, so why would you hit and roll there? If you want to put a stone there, why wouldn't you put it there? It's because Rachel's going to have that run in on that angle.
That red with the roll.
And if she does,
that's ideal, I think.
Yeah.
if she's able to play the run in this way, whoops, she's not going to do that, I'll tell you. She plays the run in this way. This goes here and that goes out. That can be potentially for 2. So they're trying to cover the tap, but mostly remove the stone that they know that Rachel will run in.
Shot stop. Stone belongs to Team Canada. Final one for BC here in 9. Corinne Brown.
Roll it. Okay. Roll it.
There's the hit, and she rolls it right where she wanted it.
Well, that is exactly what she wanted to do.
Pretty nice. I think.
We had to. I think you could play this with like easy normal, but
Is there a shot for 2?
I don't have a shot.
I don't see one. I don't see one that you would.
It's the best we could have done.
Yeah, it's perfect, Corinne.
So the force, and Rachel Homan, you heard her murmur, yeah, there's no shot, so she'll throw this through.
Well, Corinne took away the only thing that she had, and so she will say, okay, I will take my 1.
A single for Team Canada and a 7-5 lead, but BC hammered down by 2 when we come back to Thunder Bay.